glad to see your faces. Are y'all ready for a great show today?
There is nothing like this. Great crowd on hand in the grandstand and the infield.
You're at the line. Green, green, green.
Endurance, mental toughness.
You need to play with emotion, but don't let emotion play with you.
Welcome, everybody, to NASCAR Trackside Live. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. How's everybody doing? Come on, let me hear you make some noise. My name's Jose Castillo.
My name's Amy Long. So fantastic to be here today. How about that Alsco 300? Yeah, did you guys enjoy that? How about this? We're going to have the winner of the Alsco 300, Tyler Reddick, right here on NASCAR Trackside Live.
It's going to be an awesome show, but I got to know, fans, are y'all ready for a show today? Come on, let me hear you. All right, well, Amy, who do we have joining us here today?
We've got a great guest lined up for you. Joining us up here on the NASCAR Trackside Live stage is going to be driver of the number 32, Corey LaJoie. Ross Chastain is going to be here. John Hunter Nemechek is going to be joining us up here, as well as Garrett Smithley. And as I mentioned, the winner of the Alsco 300, Tyler Reddick.
All right, well, folks, are we ready to welcome our first guest? What do you think, fans? All right, well, let's bring him out. The man, the myth, the beard, the number 32, Corey LaJoie.
What an introduction that was.
You like that?
Hey, friends.
You like that? How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Good to see you.
It is hot.
It is
It is
here,
a little
come
warm,
have
a little
come have
warm.
a seat over here.
You want to come sit down on
Man.
the chairs up here with us?
I wasn't even racing, and I felt like Austin Dillon out there. Man,
There we go.
I guess I'll sit in the middle. How y'all doing? Sweaty, hot, tired.
We
Hey,
like
I'm
little
having a
sweaty.
great time.
Yeah, they're looking
But
at
I am
having
all
a
of
great
those
time.
things.
Thank y'all for coming out here, though. I know that the last thing I'd want to do if I was y'all after sitting outside for 5 hours is come out here and listen to me talk. But it's going to be a fun show. They got a lot of cool guests, and then they got me.
No, man. You are a cool. Isn't he a cool guest? Seriously.
Yes.
You got some of the
Yes.
coolest stuff out there. Not only your beard, your beautiful, luxurious mane of hair on the car, etc. You're a cool guy as well, man. Yeah, and speaking of cool, yeah, look at that. Look
We
at
got
that.
2 Sunday Money fans in the house. That's our
Yeah.
podcast. So if y'all are sitting around looking for something to listen to Sunday Money.
How's that going, by the way?
It's a lot of fun. We do it every week. It's about a half-hour show. We talk for 15 minutes about the racing and some behind-the-scenes stuff that you normally wouldn't hear. And then we talk about some current event stuff that I don't particularly know a whole lot about because I don't know anything much outside of racetracks walls. So,
Well, this
yeah,
is
the host there, he's a very feminine guy, but we like it. He's a good host of the show for sure. So
it's a good opportunity
good.
for you to learn something then.
yeah, it definitely forces me to check Twitter apart from all the NASCAR news that I normally just read. I actually have to read about like the Kings or whatever Prince's babies and stuff. What they're naming that guy.
Little Archie?
Walter, yeah, Archie.
Oh, wow, Amy's
Yeah,
on it.
so
Amy
stuff
knows
like that. That I don't normally know a whole lot about. And we got a Corey LaJoie T-shirt in the house
you
too.
go. Look at that.
Moving on up.
Loving it. So I also saw on your social media, which you're pretty good at, you keep us all updated, that you just got a Rowdy Burns fire suit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram or not, but there was one of 3 original Rowdy Burns fire suits, Exxon, white, the whole 9. So a good friend of mine, Eddie Dickerson, used to be a crew chief for Rusty Wallace. Then he was the shop foreman at Hendrick when they were filming all the stuff here at the track. And after they got done filming, they took all the fire suits to Hendrick, and he ended up snagging a Rowdy Burns. So me and him struck up a deal, and I am the proud owner of a Rowdy Burns fire suit.
Well, I got to ask, what was the deal?
Yeah.
What did you have to give up to get that?
Me and Eddie have been friends for a long time, and I helped him out when he needed a hand in tough times. So I showed up to a autograph signing yesterday at Morrison Auto Company, and I didn't really want to do it, but when he threw that in there as the benefit, I showed up with bells on.
But so you made the rounds yesterday.
Yeah, I had a busy day yesterday.
Yeah.
So I started there. Then I went to Racing Electronics. They've been a good partner of mine right down the road as well. So signed some autographs there. Went to 26 Acres, which if y'all are looking for a good beer to drink when you leave here, it's not but probably 3 miles down the road, called 26 Acres. They're a new partner of mine, a new partner of Go Fast Racing. They have a beer called Four Left Turns. They have a beer called Reptar Juice. They have a beer called Unicorn Milk. Unicorn Milk is as good as you would think it would be. So y'all are parched. Don't even drink the water. Go down there, drink the beer at 26 Acres, and it'd probably kick in a little bit extra fast since everybody's a little bit dehydrated, as hot as it is.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
I need to bring this up, though. So the first time you were on our show, sponsored by Old Spice, you brought us some Old Spice. Where's my Reptar juice?
That's a good question. I think they're going to show up with some beer tomorrow. I didn't bring any today.
Copy. Just making
600
sure.
miles tomorrow is going to be tough, let alone if you got nursing a little bit of hangover. So I'm going to just drink some Pedialyte, drink some normal low-octane water tonight, be a good boy. Because, like I said, I don't want to be like Austin Dillon and falling out of the seat in a Busch race.
That's so tough
Ain't
to see
happening.
those guys. I mean,
What's he doing?
you know how tough it is. I mean, what do you guys have to do to prepare for that? I mean, are you guys like drinking 5-gallon jugs of water, or what is it that you do to get ready for the 600?
You just got to be fairly smart. I mean, you have to stay drinking all day long just because, as hot as it is, you're just sitting here sweating nonstop anyways. But I've been taking salt tablets. They're like pills with a potassium, magnesium, sodium, all the good stuff that you normally don't get out of water, but you don't have to drink the sugary stuff like Gatorade to get it out of. So salt tablets work great. And then I also go home, and one of my favorite things to do is to crack the bottle of pickle juice and drink pickle juice straight. I could drink the entire thing. I love pickle juice. Does anybody else here like pickle juice? Or does anybody else think that's weird as hell?
I do.
Weird as hell? No.
No.
You just try. You open a can of Mount Olive pickle juice and drink it all, then you thank me later.
Oh, man.
Good
I
stuff.
love this. This is about half and half. Hang on. Let's figure out how many here
Hands
are
up.
on pickle juice. Go nuts. Come on,
Hands
raise
up.
your hands, yeah. All right.
All
How
right.
many of you are no pickle juice? That's disgusting.
It's about half and half.
It is. It's about even.
It's about half and half. So I'm going to go with the smart ones that drink pickle juice. And I like the ones that don't, too. It's okay. They can be my fans.
We still like you. We still like you.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
she was.
amazing to see what all those guys were doing out there. And that was only 300. We're going to go 600 tomorrow.
Double. We are going to go double that amount of
Double.
time. And little side note, I know that the Cup cars run the same speed total lap as the Xfinity cars, but we go about 20 miles an hour faster than they do in the corners, so the G-load on the body is going to be significantly more tomorrow. The Xfinity cars go faster on the straightaways because they have less drag. And what are you pointing, Matt?
Oh, they got ice bags, water.
that'll
Guys
be
are
me.
just dumping water on
Yeah, it's
themselves?
131 degrees in there, and Justin Haley just dumped all the stuff. That'll be me about, I don't know, second stage in. The best thing you could possibly get is a Ziploc bag full of ice. That feels like $1 million when you stuff it in your fire suit, especially as hot as it is. But just the cars are so hot. You just cook like a damn rotisserie chicken in there.
So whenever we're out here complaining about the heat and the warm wind.
I'm complaining about it right now, too, but it's going to be really bad tomorrow. But, hey, that's what we get paid to do, I guess. Try to put on a good show,
Yep.
not burn up, and not be a sissy.
Yep.
Well, let's go back to your memorabilia collection one more time, just because I want to know what is your coolest item that you've got hanging up in your garage, or what is the one thing that you're like, this is the pinnacle for me?
Well, now it's the top of the list is Rowdy Burns' fire suit. I didn't do a good job of collecting all my old man's cool stuff throughout the years. I kept some stuff that that was pretty cool and interesting to me growing up, but now I would have kept the die-cast cars instead of like smashing them into the wall and stuff when he'd get it. Like it was a 24-karat gold-plated 50 Budweiser car when he filled in for Ricky Craven. Ricky Craven got hurt at Hendrick. Dad filled in for like 6 races. They had some die-cast cars made, 24-karat plated gold, and I would make it my mission to slam it into the wall as hard as possible to see how many gold flakes would fly off of it. I guess I was 98, so I was probably 6, 7. So I didn't know the worth of what a 24-karat gold die-cast car would have been worth, but I probably should have thought about that. There's no more of those around. There's parts and pieces, I'm sure, stuffed under Mom's couch, but yeah, that's it, man. I got a Dale Jr. stand-up in my basement. I've got a Randy LaJoie stand-up in my basement. I got a Rico Abreu stand-up that's half the size, but it's life size. Get it? It's not harsh. It's true. Rico's a short guy. So I like little stuff like that. Hopefully they make a die-cast car of Jeffrey Earnhardt's car he ran today with Officer Sheldon on the car. Yeah. I would be the first in line to buy one of those to support the Mooresville PD. And then obviously I'm going to keep. So we are making die-cast for my face car, just so y'all know.
Yes.
They're not going to be out till later in the year, just because it takes like, I don't know, a year and a half to print those things or something. So be on the lookout on my social media for all those. And I'll definitely keep one of those on my shelf. I'm going to I got to figure out the best way to negotiate to get the hood from the Daytona car.
Dude, yeah.
It's still there at the shop. It always looks at me. I look back at it. We make eye contact. And I'm trying to get. I'd like for that to be on my shelf as opposed to the team shelf. But there's going to have to be some sort of wager that I'm going to have to figure out.
I think we can make that happen. Well,
where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. Well, Corey, we have set up a really cool game for you on the game stage. You want to come with us? Let's play a little game over here with the fans.
What do you
All right.
here?
So, fans, we're going to come over here to the game stage, and we're going to play a little NASCAR Trackside Live favorite that we like to call Uncontrolled Tire. Yeah, this is a funny game where we bring a fan up here on the stage with us. Come on up here.
There we are. Come
Bowling with Goodyears. I see what y'all got going on.
Right on this way.
Where do you
right over here?
You just point.
Perfect. So we're going to play a little bit of Uncontrolled Tire, but we're going to need a contestant to play against you. So please welcome up to the NASCAR Trackside Live stage, Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh!
Welcome.
Hey, buddy. Welcome.
Hello,
Welcome.
man. Good to see you. Step right over here.
There we go. Now, how are you two at bowling?
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
We're
at
going to
bowling.
change that today. Where are you from?
From Lancaster, Ohio.
Lancaster. All right.
Nice. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is how we play Trackside Live Uncontrolled Tire, which hopefully you haven't had many of those this season yet.
Nope.
So
I
you're
think I
going to
had one
both
of those,
get
maybe.
2 tires and 2 rolls. Cannot cross this line.
Got it.
You're going to knock down as many pins as you can with 2 rolls.
That seems pretty easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that seems pretty easy.
All right. We shall see. Kavanaugh, you're up first.
All right, step up there.
There we go.
All right, let me see what you got here.
All right. Are you ready?
What do you think,
for that?
fans? You think you can do it? All right.
I think you can do it.
All right, first roll.
Push it a little bit.
Oh!
3.
All right, he's going to get a spare here.
There we go. All right, let's go ahead and clear that.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, three pins left. Here we go.
Let's see if he can do it.
Going for the spare.
Got it. Oh! Got the spare.
Got the spare.
He got the spare.
The spare tire?
Yeah.
You know, terrible. Terrible.
That was pretty funny.
Nicely
All right,
done
let's
there.
Pretty
All right,
funny.
Corey, I'm going to need you over here.
So now I have to get a strike to beat him, right?
Pretty much. That's how this game works. How you feeling?
I'm going to get a strike.
So if you get a spare yourself, we'll give you another frame to tie break. How's
No,
that?
I don't need it.
You won't need it. Okay, he's going to get a strike the first time. I think that's what he just said.
What do you think? You think you can do it?
We'll have to see. I don't think you can.
So, Jose, I think he found
There's
the
no
loophole.
rule. Hey, all the pins got knocked down.
What?
Yep.
All right.
Oh my goodness! I don't even know. Like that was
Is that
pretty
okay?
impressive.
Let the fans speak.
All right, I like it. I like it.
You know what? Leave it to a NASCAR driver to figure out a way to not break the rules, but bend the rules.
It's just
I
a
like
gray
it.
area. Call me Chad Knaus LaJoie.
That or Brad Keselowski, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I feel like we need to give a man something anyway.
I think you're
How
right.
about you hook him
How
up
about
here?
this? How about 2 hot passes for tomorrow? You gonna come find me? You can come find me? Who you gonna bring?
What?
Who you gonna bring tomorrow?
Probably my dad.
There you go. Bring Dad. Y'all come find me. Come find me tomorrow. I'm in the 32 car. I'm towards the back, so you got to walk a little bit.
Thank you both so much. Corey, good luck tomorrow.
I appreciate that. See
Always
all y'all
love it
tomorrow.
when you're here.
Drink up.
Congratulations.
Go to 26 Acres if you're leaving here.
All right.
Oh, man. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much to Corey.
Thank
One
you.
more time, a big round of applause to Corey Kavanaugh. Well, fans, I got to know, are you all ready for some more action here on the NASCAR Trackside Live stage? Well, make sure you get your photos, get your videos, post them online at NASCAR Trackside, and we will retweet, reshare those photos and videos. And fans, this show just keeps on rolling because NASCAR Trackside Live has more in store for you. Oh, man. Amy, we're going to have to totally revamp that game because Corey LaJoie has now set the standard that is going to change how we do uncontrolled time.
Well, we did say uncontrolled, so Rogue Tire is more of that game. We're going to have to put in our rules that you have to roll the tire.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm all about adjusting the rules.
It's the back and forth, right? It's the same with NASCAR and the drivers. Is you got to go a little back and forth, you know, so
I
that
just really enjoy watching it back. I think I might have to slow-mo this down, maybe make a GIF out of it.
I think that is an excellent animated GIF that I'd like to see. It's
Corey,
you throw it, yeah.
you
Yeah,
picking
you
up
throw
the
in the
tire and
tire.
hoisting it.
Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at our top 10 finishers here in the Xfinity Series race with the Alsco 300. Of course, coming in 10th, the 19 of Brandon Jones, Austin Cindric, the 22 car in 9th, Ryan Sieg in the 39 car coming in 8th, and Jeb Burton, that 8 car in 7th, Michael and Annette, that number 1 in 6th, and Justin Haley, the 11 in 5th. Amy, you want to do the top 5?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So Noah Gragson came in 4th. 18, Jeffrey Earnhardt with that sweet paint scheme we were all talking about. It was beautiful. Coming in 3, Justin Allgaier coming in 2, and the winner of the Alsco 300, Tyler Reddick.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Tyler's going to be coming out and hanging out with us here on the NASCAR Trackside Live
It always
stage.
amazes me. So we're definitely going to have to find out the temperatures inside of Tyler's car. Whenever we had other drivers jumping out of theirs just to cool off a little bit, what he felt, what he was thinking. Did he have ice in the side? Is that how he survived?
I love seeing them when they get out of the car, you know, and they pull the little zipper down and they take that ice pack, which is now hot water.
Yeah.
They basically made tea in the car
Yes.
and throw it out on the track. That's a good move. That's a good move. We've seen some do the reverse zip, where they reverse it from the bottom and pull it out that way
Nope,
as well.
never seen that.
You've never seen that?
actually.
Oh.
I'll have to pay attention next time. I'll have to pay attention. Maybe my eyes just go like this.
Yeah, that may be. That may be. Yeah, it's not
You
something
never,
you see.
never know.
Not something you see all the time.
Are you guys having a great time out there?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, look
What?
who,
Look who has
arrived.
arrived.
And guess what he has
Check
brought?
it
No,
out.
lift that. Hey, lift that up again, Ross. Let's see what you got in your hands right here. Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Chastain is here. And
And
it
he-
looks like he has brought an entire truck full of watermelons.
Yeah.
That is what I like to see.
That is an arrival, too. This isn't a pumpkin carriage. This is a watermelon tote.
I know. I know.
Hi. Come on this way.
Come on up here.
Welcome up. Oh, we've actually got the
Yo,
set
you
of
come up.
stairs
Yeah,
right
come
over
on up
this
here.
way.
Ladies and
Perfect.
gentlemen, Ross Chastain arriving here on the NASCAR Trackside Live stage.
Man, he arrives in style. I'm loving this. Oh, you missed the stairs, though.
I like a man that brings food to a show. That's an
Me
important
too.
thing. We sent a little note to him earlier. I was like, hey, Ross, you got to bring some watermelons with you. And guess what? Ross delivers. That's what I like to see.
Is this why he did this? Jose, I like the way you think.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know, you got to ask, right?
Absolutely. Florida watermelon farmer. He's the busiest man in racing, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Well, maybe we can give him the official announcement. What do you think? You know what?
That's a great idea.
I know, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so for sure.
You know what I believe he might be doing? I believe he's signing some goodies for the fans out there. Get out here. It's the busiest man in racing, ladies and gentlemen, Ross Chastain.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Oh,
Man, doing awesome. How are you doing?
Pleasure to meet you.
Come on up here and have a seat with us.
Perfect. There we go.
You know what? I have never done a show and had somebody arrive in a truck holding up a watermelon in the back.
I mean, it was really exciting for me.
I'm gonna actually stand because y'all can sit.
No,
but,
we're standing.
The seat got a little hot. I don't feel like sitting down, so it was hot out there.
Dude.
So I won't be sitting down tonight. I don't think.
That's okay. When
you say a little hot, what would you compare it to?
Well, we had an issue with our front pan, and that didn't let any air get underneath the car, so then it was baking from the bottom. It was fine besides that. Once we got the pan cut off that was dragging, I was fine for the end of the race. But, yeah, I can't compare it to anything. There's nothing I've ever felt that was that hot. And
so you're kind of like a rotisserie chicken up there.
yeah, I felt like I was in the oven.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm glad that you're out and
Now I'm hungry.
Sorry about that.
Well,
now
I saw
I'm
you.
hungry. You bought watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought the watermelon. Can we bring that up on stage and cut that open? What do you
Well,
think?
I was going to, and they
Yeah, come on, bring it
now
up right
they'll
here.
Bring it out.
Come on, right
Yeah.
here. I'll get it.
Watermelon.
They were trying to keep it for themselves. Thank you.
Yeah.
They were going to keep it for themselves back there.
What?
Yeah, your crew, they brought me around back and I was signing shirts. They took the watermelon and walked away.
That sounds like our field producers. They're a hungry bunch. They like to snack a lot. That's all right.
Well, I think, we should cut into this, right, and get a little bite of it and maybe share some with the fans. What do you think?
I mean, I'm all for it.
You guys want some watermelon?
I'm all for it. Do we have a knife?
We do have a knife. I know that there's a knife in our production truck back there.
It's true.
In the barbecue
They're
section.
running
We
around.
actually have a cleaver. It's like a giant
Yeah, they're not-
knife spatula cleaver thing.
How
Not
about a
messing
mallet?
around.
Do we have a Gallagher mallet?
Is
I
that
mean,
how you
they're
do-
right in the splash zone, and we'll just smash that thing.
So it does say busiest man in racing on your website, on your Twitter. How do you think you can claim this? Why can you claim busiest man in racing here?
Because we set a NASCAR all-time record, and that's when they decided to put it online. That we've ran the most races in a row ever. So
Ever.
I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah.
So I was reading a little bit about this, and I was shocked because it's more than 23 races that you've started this season with in
Right.
all three series.
Right.
That is a ton of drive. That's so many miles.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, sometimes we don't get through all of them on Sunday, but it's the effort that counts, right? So we, somehow it was a pretty cool deal to when somebody brought that. I guess NASCAR or somebody told us, and we're still going with it. So it's still a growing record we're trying to set.
And what's even more fun is the victory lane celebrations that you do when you win those races, like in Kansas. It was one of my most favorite post-interview races ever.
Yeah, that was it was just a lot of emotion. A lot of guys don't show it. I don't know if you guys see them, like, right? You talk to them backstage and they're loose and they get up here and they kind of like or it's what they're trying to portray. They're trying to portray a thing. So yeah, I was fist pumping. My dang shoulders were sore from putting my hands over my head so much that night. So yeah, it's I broke that box, by the way. NASCAR had to. It's now the backup. They had to bring out the backup for the primary, and that one's all patched together. And they weren't very happy. And I was like, well, if I win again, I think I'm gonna throw it again. And so I offered to help them fix it, but they said they had it. They would get it patched back together.
That's what I love to see. I think we all, as fans, enjoy seeing the emotion, enjoy seeing someone who is genuinely excited, happy, sad, whatever it is. We just want to see an honest feeling from a driver. And so we all appreciate that. We love seeing that. And that's important for us.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we are showing our emotion, but we're pretty boring. And it's not fun to watch. Like, we get out. I watched Briscoe get out of his car after the race today, and Jeb Burton put him in the wall. And I think Jeb forced him up there, and Jeb knew what he was doing, and Chase just went down there and talked to him, and I'm like, man, go do something, like make like, I don't know, get mad. He didn't show any emotion. Like, he was disappointed, but
Get mad.
yeah, like he just walked down there, head down, got down there, talked to Jeb, and walked away. I was like, he came back, and I watched the whole thing, and I was like, man, like, I told him, get mad, go do something. But
Show some passion.
we also get in trouble when we do that, so you have to. It's a balance.
Yeah, it is for sure. It is for sure. What? I know you're such a busy man, but what do you do in the little bit of free time that you have? Is there a way that you relax or unwind a little bit when you're not driving a race car, which seems to be a lot of the time?
Yeah, I mean, anymore it's full force ahead on trying to make a go of this NASCAR stuff as a career and a life and living it. And I've had to learn how to do that on the go. But yeah, I had to leave Florida behind. You have to move here to the area somewhere between Charlotte, Huntersville, Mooresville, somewhere in that triangle, and I'm up on the north end, and it just you have to be here, you have to be at the shop, you have to be present, you have to be learning, and I mean, when I first moved up here, I lived in Bobby Daughter's shop and just lived the life of the race trucks every day, and I couldn't sustain that. I needed to have a place. You got to be able to go home, and so it's you can't live in the shop every day and breathe it and eat it. And my only air conditioning and heat came through a hole in the wall from the shop. And Bobby was a thrifty fella, and he would turn the heat off at night in the winter. It got cold.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So I had to go get some heated blankets and these little space heaters. It was terrible. So got my own place now. And but yeah, I mean, other than that, go ride a four-wheeler every now and then, or go to the farm when I can, see family during the holidays. And other than that, it's just trying to think about the next step for this racing.
Well, it's fun to watch. It's exciting to watch, and we're all enjoying it, aren't we, fans? It's really cool. We enjoy it.
So I need to know, though, so you were talking about the temperatures in the car, and it was just not really good circulation. How are you going to rehydrate tonight?
Lots of watermelon, duh.
Lots of watermelon.
Yeah.
All right. You're right. That was a duh question.
Not what y'all are drinking. I see what y'all got. Yeah, yep. I won't be doing any of that. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of just electrolytes and eat a big dinner tonight, try to replenish everything. I mean, all I did was get out of the car, walk to the hauler, change, and hop in the back of the truck to ride out here. So we'll get down here, go grab some dinner. Got the Florida Watermelon Queen in the house right back there. There she is.
Hey.
So Watermelon Queen.
Yeah, raise your head up nice and high. Come on there.
There's a song with you in it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Hey, Jose, do you want to do a little Trackside 10?
Yep, let's do it. All right, this is rapid fire questions. Amy
Yeah.
and I are going to ask you a question, quick response. So Amy's going to start out with the first one.
Yep. Who's your favorite superhero?
Superman.
Superman.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
What was your nickname growing up in school? I know, it may be tough to share with everybody.
I mean, I don't know. It was always something to do with watermelons or melon head, or depending on.
Melonhead.
And there was the old Roscoe Pico train. That was the original.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
a great nickname. That's awesome.
That is a great nickname. All right, your drink of choice.
Water. I mean.
Water.
Yeah. I
Water.
don't know. I
I
drink
love water,
a
too.
lot of water.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
All right, a show you watch that maybe people wouldn't think that you watch. Like, do you watch Desperate Housewives on the side, or is there a TV show that you watch that maybe people wouldn't know?
No, I got.
One you're willing to share with us.
Well, I'm a recent admirer of Game of Thrones, even though I haven't watched the end, and
no
I've only
spoilers.
watched this season. So I'm a bandwagon fan. I need to go back one day and binge watch the whole thing. But yeah, I never thought I would like that, and I don't know. I can't fall asleep when I watch it, so I must be pretty interested in it.
Must be. It's a good sign. Your karaoke song. Go-to karaoke song.
Watermelon Crawl.
All right, I knew it.
There you go.
I had a good feeling about that one.
Not singing it, by the way. Just gonna
We
put
won't
that
make
out
you
there
sing.
to that camera guy and that producer. Not doing it. So we can go ahead and scratch that off.
All right. Let's see. Your day off breakfast. So if you've got a day off, you got a lazy morning, what are you going to make for breakfast?
Some scrambled eggs and one of those Jimmy Dean sausage, potatoes, peppers, all pre-mixed. Just throw that in the skillet, throw some scrambled eggs in there, a little coffee, good to go.
Good choice. All right, the best movie of all time is?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay.
No.
Hey, not Talladega Nights. All right.
No.
Okay.
Days of Thunder would be up there, but
All right.
All right,
There
we'll
you
take
go.
it.
You're shipwrecked on a desert island. You've got food and water. What other 2 things would you bring with you?
watermelon and hamburger helper.
Hamburger help. I grew up on that stuff, and I'm just fine.
Can you make it without looking at the box? Because I can't.
No.
I don't.
you got
I haven't
to.
made it. I just grew up on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've never made hamburger helper?
I mean, I made it when I was a kid.
Wow, you are a real adult.
I know.
You're adulting so well.
Wow, it's like one of the first times I've heard that, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's a compliment. I'll take
Yeah.
it. I'll take it. Okay, so in the movie of your life, who would you choose to play you?
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, probably my brother. I have a brother that's 6 years younger than me, and I think if we could get the facial hair in, he'd be the best one.
Nice.
He could play me the best.
His brother. I like
All right.
it.
We
Last one.
can call our grandparents, and they can't tell who's on the phone. So we mess with them sometimes.
love
So he's
it.
been training for life.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, last one. A game you played as a kid.
Foursquare.
Foursquare, yes.
Yes.
Well done. Give it up
Great
for Ross
game.
Chastain as his trackside 10 there.
I love these. I love Trackside 10 because I always learn just a little bit more. So perfect. Great job. Great job. Way to round it out. What do you think, fans? How you doing out there? Yeah?
How hot was it in the stands today? Yeah. Yeah. Too hot. I agree. This 1 o'clock business is that was something else.
Well, we are so thankful that you came out here to hang out with us and the fans, especially after roasting this morning in your car. Really appreciate that.
Yep.
Fans, give it up for Ross Chastain.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
out.
much.
Yeah.
Do you want to
And-
take this and
yeah.
get it cut up?
Y'all
We can
can
bring it down here.
We
And
can
fans,
keep it.
remember,
All right.
take photos with your phone. You can post those photos on Twitter and Instagram. We are at NASCAR Trackside. And when you post your photos and videos, we'll reshare them. So get your phone out, take some photos, videos of today's show. And we also have a great show tomorrow as well. That's right, 2:30 right here on the NASCAR Trackside Live stage. A ton of drivers and guests and the NASCAR Heat Pro League. That series race comes up at 3:30 on the stage here. So lots more excitement coming up. The winner of the Alsco 300, Tyler Reddick and John Hunter Nemechek here on the NASCAR Trackside Live
We're also
stage.
going to have Garrett Smithley up here as well. So looking forward to that. Fans, what do you say we keep this show rolling? Yeah.
All right, well, let's welcome him out. Driver the number 23 Chevy for GMS Racing, John Hunter Nemechek.
What's going on, guys?
How are you doing?
Welcome out. Welcome
All right,
out.
I've been better.
I know. How are you feeling? Let's start with that question.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good
You
with
Come sit down with us here.
not dehydrated, so that's good. I feel good in that aspect and the endurance aspect, but I can't tell you how many times I hit the fence today. I lost count. So knocked all the crush panels out. There at the end was hard to breathe inside the race car, kind of like Denny had a couple weeks ago at Dover. Luckily, I was able to go shower, kind of get all the mucus up that I could, and now we're here.
Well, thank you for coming out. And I know it's been a hard race for you, for a lot of the drivers. That heat, man, is just, it's tough.
It is. It definitely is tough, and it goes back to all of our training that we do during the week. When we train, when we're outside, we're either running or swimming or biking or whatever it may be. We're normally doing it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it's hot. I actually went and got a couple of bags of IVs yesterday, some fluids in me, so I was set in that aspect and really just ready to go for the day. We had a really fast car. Kind of disappointing into our race, finishing 12th. I felt like we had a top 5 car, led some laps, and overall the guys were making gains on our equipment. Now it's just up to me to not make mistakes and come out of here, and hopefully we'll go to Pocono and have a good run and possibly win it.
Well, you did recover quite a bit after that spinning. How did you do that?
Just drive.
Yeah.
You're determined at that point to do the best that you possibly can. Actually showing a replay right here. Got loose into one the first time and hit the fence, had a tire go down, and then second time got some air packed on me and got loose again, hit the fence, had a tire go down, and then we're out of tires at the end of the race. So definitely stinks to come home 12th with such a fast race car, but it's just true grit and determination. My guys don't ever give up on me, and as a driver, they really respect myself not giving up as well. So it's a mutual agreement there.
Well, and we enjoy seeing that as fans. You know, somebody that doesn't give up, even when bad things happen. But to shift gears a little bit, let's talk a little bit about some of the fun things that are going on in your world. To start with, you've got I think one of the cool iconic logos out there. This little pineapple that shows up on your shoes and on your shirt, and talk about this logo and this pineapple. What happened with that?
Yeah, it's kind of an inside joke between some buddies and I that kind of came up with the whole pineapple idea, and then you started going to different places that carried different decorations for your house and stuff, and pineapples were in style. I mean, they're literally everywhere.
Pineapples are so hot now.
They were. So last year when we first came out with the logo, we just went on with it, and it's kind of blown up since, and it's actually become pretty neat to have and be represented with.
Yeah, now he wears sunglasses. Your pineapple's pretty cool.
Sunglasses, my JH logo, and our car number.
And I saw that you were flipping some pizzas earlier this week, too. Did you put any pineapple on those? Are you a pineapple on pizza fan?
Yes, so we did not have pineapple while we were doing that. Ooh. So that definitely stinks. So we had to settle for pepperoni. But overall, the Iowa trip was a very fun experience. We were able to go to Mercy Hospital with the NASCAR Foundation and Iowa Speedway and actually donate some Power Wheels toy Chevy Colorados for kids that are going in the pediatric unit. It's hard as a kid getting taken away from your parent to go and have chemo treatment or heart surgery or whatever it may be. So it's more of a fun way to be able to hop in this car and have the nurse drive you or let them actually drive to where they're going. It takes their mind off things. And then the NASCAR Foundation sent a bunch of Speedy Bears, which was really neat. So we're able to go around the hospital and hand out teddy bears to everyone that was there.
I saw you were breaking in some of those Power Wheels, too. So it looked like a good time.
For sure. I was a little bit too big for it. So actually, Brett Moffitt, our GMS racing teammate, was there with me. He had the controls, so I wasn't in control. I was just sitting in it while he was driving it.
How scary is that?
It was a little sketchy.
Yeah, that's a good question. Which driver, one of your friends, would you most want remote control driving your car? Which one would you least want driving?
Ooh.
Feel free to throw a teammate under the bus. That's fine. You can do that too.
Least driving, I'd probably say Tyler Reddick. Even though he won the race today and didn't hit the fence, I hit the fence a lot, so kind of roles were reversed today.
He may have had
normally it's a little bit different, so maybe he's the one that we should have drive. I don't know.
I don't know. What about your dad?
Yeah, Dad.
Would you trust him?
Probably not. We ran a truck race together at Daytona in our Nemechek Motorsports trucks 3 years ago. We ended up finishing third, fourth, but he spun me out twice. So yeah, so he'd spin me out and then come on the radio and say, "Well, did he hit anything?" The answer was always no, but he always got the last laugh on that, and then I beat him. So it was.
Could you imagine if you had like two-way back and forth during that to be able to talk directly to him?
I actually wish that we did. Going back to the tandem car racing at the super speedways, growing up as a kid, watching Dad be able to do that and have different radios and all these different dials in the car to dial up different drivers and see if they wanted to work. That's cool. That's fun. Hopefully we can go back to that someday.
So we were talking backstage, and we know the answer to this, but we have to ask it is, would you spin your dad out to win a race?
For sure.
Of course, yes.
He would wreck me. He would do worse than spin me out. Let's put it that way. So I'm pretty sure if he had the opportunity to win a race, he would do whatever it takes at this point. And I've been known to do that in the past. Some things you're proud of and some things you're not proud of. They're all learning experiences, but for sure I would spin Dad out to win a race. I mean, him and I are so competitive.
Yeah.
It's bragging rights in the family, right? We go out snowboarding out west or snow skiing or we're wake surfing on the lake or we're going out mountain bikes, which I can beat him on a mountain bike. But when it comes to like downhill skiing, he's straight down as fast as he can go, where I'm a little bit more cautious because I have a little bit more to lose than he does at this point. But everything is a competition with us, and that's what makes it so much fun.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. All right, wrestling. You think you could take him wrestling?
If it's an endurance wrestling match, yes.
I mean,
if it's short and sweet, maybe. But if it's endurance, he might fall out of the seat in that one.
I like it. I'd like to see that.
And you talked a little bit about your wake surfing too. I saw on Instagram this week you got a little downtime and you were wake surfing with a dog. It was so awesome. Is that yours?
No, it's actually not mine. I really want to steal it though.
Yeah, me too.
It's a really cute dog. Sage the Frenchie, she's awesome. First time in the lake, I think, and on a surfboard. So that was really neat to be able to have her do that. Only took one try, which was really good.
Yeah.
We didn't fall. So next I got to figure out how to 360 with her on it. Hopefully we can get a pretty cool video of that.
Yeah,
And
that
then
would
how
be
to take
awesome
her.
to see.
Yeah, exactly.
And then how to, yes, lift her. You're pretty good at wake surfing, though. What else do you do? What are your other hobbies outside of racing?
I'm actually training for another Ironman right now. So we're going to run that in December. Did one a couple years ago. I swore I would never do another one again just because of all the training aspect and everything that goes into it. But I know where I lost a lot of time, and Ironman actually invited me back out to come and be a part. So that's going to be a lot of fun to be able to go and hang out and kind of show what I have. The qualifying race that we're actually going to, there's a possibility that I may qualify for Worlds next year. So I'm trying to figure out where Worlds is going to be. And normally it's during the summer months. Well, our schedule next year has 3 weeks off during the summer. So it'd be pretty neat to be able to go and qualify for that. And I'm swimming, biking, running. That's pretty much all I'm doing at this point.
Well, we've done a workout video with Matt DiBenedetto up here, and we put on like little headbands and did some stuff. Would you be willing to do a workout video with us? And if so, what would it look like?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
We'll have 3 bikes and trainers, and we'll have to sit up here and pedal and see who can pedal the longest.
I like it. We'll get the 3 bikes. We'll have our own little mini Peloton up here, and we'll do some cross training. That would be fun, John Hunter Nemechek. I'd like to see that. I'm in.
It would.
So when's qualifying for that Ironman?
So we actually qualify, or the race that I'm running is a qualifier race for Worlds next year. So
Got
it's
it.
December 8th out in California. So weather will be nice other than the headwind down by Palm Springs. It'll probably be pretty windy. So hopefully we'll get good on the bike and be super aerodynamic and get through and have a lot of fun.
Well, John Hunter Nemechek, thank you so much for joining us. Fans, how about a big round of applause?
Thank all
John
you guys
Hunter
for
Nemechek.
coming out.
Thank you so much for coming out. We always appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us here on the NASCAR Trackside Live page. Fans, stick around, because guess what? Next up, we have the water guns are coming out. That's right. We're going to be doing a little game with our fans up here.
Yeah, fans, how about it? Are you having a good time out there? Much more to come here on NASCAR Trackside Live. Join us tomorrow for a special NASCAR Trackside Live, including the kickoff of eNASCAR Heat Pro League's inaugural season, live on the NASCAR Trackside Live stage and online.
All right, NASCAR Trackside Live fans, everybody staying cool out there. Yeah. Well, we got lots more show in store for you today. I see one of our lucky fans is walking away with Ross Chastain's watermelon over there. So
There's much more where that came from.
you never know what you're going to get here on the NASCAR Trackside Live stage. And next up, one of our favorite games is a little bit of water pong. And to help us play that, maybe we should talk to them a little bit. If you would please welcome out to the stage driver the number 0 Chevrolet for JD Motorsports, Garrett Smithley. What's up? You got some stuff to throw out? And next up, Truck Series driver, Naval Officer Jesse Iwuji. Oh, look up. Oh, nice snag. How you doing? Welcome, man. Good to see
Jesse,
you.
great to have you out here.
Oh, come on up here and join us on the stage here, guys.
Here, Jesse, I saved you a seat. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
I learned that from Kurt Busch when y'all were doing Trackside Live last week for the All-Star race.
That's right. Yeah, there's something about being a NASCAR driver and having to throw a hat. How far can you do it?
Oh
There
my
should
gosh.
be training for that.
Well,
right?
I can't do it as far right now. I just got out of the car. Man, it was hot out there.
That's what I've heard.
Did you guys stay cool out there? Did you try? We got some no's. I didn't, but we made it. We made it through, and just doing that was a feat of its own. I mean, that was the hardest race I've ever run for sure.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'm clicking on all cylinders right now still.
Oh, that's good to know.
We'll be good. We'll be good.
Do you need a water? We can get some water up
I'm
here.
good.
Okay, you good?
I've been pounding waters.
Okay.
I walked back to my hauler and just sat in the AC for a few minutes, so I'm good to go.
Good.
I know CPR just in case, all right?
Perfect.
Perfect. We got first responder up here. We're ready to go, man. We're prepared.
Did you ever
Show's
get a
always
read in the
prepared.
car of how hot it actually was?
No, I didn't want to know.
Yeah, that's good.
I was telling myself, I was like, I'm in an ice box. I'm in a fridge. I'm good. I'm good.
Mind tricks.
So,
That always
mind
works.
trick. I'm telling you, it's a mental deal. So luckily made it through, and hopefully that's the hottest we'll ever be as far as this year goes. So we'll see.
So, Jesse, you actually got to hang out and went to their driver safety meeting and everything. Do they prep you guys for this heat? And was that a talking point?
I didn't hear it as a talking point, but I think all the drivers already know, just especially with all of them having as much experience as they do. I mean, it's a hot day, and these drivers, you can't just start preparing right at driver intro. You have to start preparing a week, maybe 2 weeks in advance, drinking water, Pedialyte, eating bananas, salt pills, whatever you name it. You got to do all that stuff leading up.
Knowing that it was going to be so hot, I started preparing, like he said, about a week ago. So it was Saturday, Sunday when I was just trying to get as hydrated as possible and doing it the right way. There is a wrong way to hydrate. You can drink too much water. So we got a good sponsor, Hoist, that's kind of a sports drink that helps me replenish the electrolytes and then eating right. I mean, that's so important. Not eating something too heavy. So it's not just doing circles. It's a lot more than that.
Where do you guys fall on the pickle juice scale? Because we talked with Corey LaJoie, and he's like a big pickle juice guy.
I love pickle juice.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah, there we go. I love pickles, but I love pickle juice too. I probably didn't drink as much going into it as I probably should have, but yeah, I felt like I did a pretty good job, and just like I said, just to make it to the end of the race was a feat in of itself.
Jesse, pickle juice, yay or nay?
So I tried it one time in my life. It's because I was at a race last year, and one of my friends, he's a Navy SEAL, or he was trying to be a Navy SEAL. He got hurt, but it's all good. Anyways, he told me about the pickle juice stuff because when you're going through BUD/S training and your SEAL training, I mean, these guys are going through like pretty much hell. I mean, they're going 24 hours a day, every single day, and they're dying. So they teach them all these little tricks to stay hydrated so that they don't, literally die. So one of the things was pickle juice. And then they also mentioned when you're drinking water, if you have a water bottle, don't drink the full bottle. Only drink 12 ounces every, I think, 15 to 30 minutes, something like that. If you drink anything more than that, your body just wants to get rid of it. That's why you start peeing a lot.
Good to know. See, I'm learning stuff today here. This is important.
Yeah, I'm sure that you have all kinds of safety training on that. And I'm glad to know you know CPR and all of the fun stuff.
I should have talked to him before the race.
The good news is we have him here now, so ask him all the questions you want.
Perfect.
Ask him all the questions you want.
Yeah, you actually took over NASCAR Snapchat today, is that right?
Yeah, so it was pretty fun this morning. Was doing some Snapchat stuff, so trying to find a few drivers here and there and some cars to, get on Snapchat and just kind of show the fans just the behind the scenes stuff, because we got a lot of fans all over the country, all over the world, and some of these people have never even been to a track, never been to a race. So I try to find those things that you won't see on TV, just give them that behind the scenes view so that they can, have a good time with it and kind of see what NASCAR is about.
And I really appreciated you doing this because of your military background, and tonight, this weekend being such an important weekend for our soldiers.
Yeah, it's a huge weekend for our sailors, Marines, soldiers, airmen, all those folks out there who... Yes, God bless America. Yeah, it's great just because, NASCAR is the most patriotic sport in the U.S., in the world, really. And with everything they're doing this weekend for the Coca-Cola 600 and the 600 miles of remembrance and just honoring our troops and just honoring everything that they've done, because a lot of them have paid that ultimate sacrifice. I have friends that I went to Naval Academy with who aren't here with us today. They've been in flight accidents, F-18 crashes. I've had some lose their life in Afghanistan, Iraq. I've had some go on deployment, come back and... through PTSD and things like that, have taken their own lives. So there's all different kind of ways that I've lost a lot of friends. So it means a lot for me, for NASCAR to do what they're doing this weekend and to honor our troops and those who have given that sacrifice so that we can be free here.
It is. This is a wonderful way to support our troops and show just in a little way what we can. A big thank you to them. Let's talk a little bit about music taste, because Amy and I were looking and we saw, Garrett, are you a Styx fan? Is that correct?
I love Styx. Are there any Styx fans out there? Yeah. So they're performing at Speed Street tonight. I don't know what time, but I will be there, 100%. They are my all-time favorite band. One of the first bands that I ever saw live. I was probably middle school back when I lived in Georgia, and saw them probably 2 or 3 times and just loved them. So I can name pretty much almost every song. Don't ask me right now. Like I said, I'm not on all cylinders. But yeah, I'm excited to go down there. And Speed Street's such a fun place. Have you guys been to Speed Street? Anybody? Yep. Well, yep. So we were down there doing some autographs yesterday, and like I said, I'll be down there tonight, hanging out and watching some Styx, listening to some good music. It'd be fun.
All right, Jesse, are you on the Styx bandwagon, or you got your own band?
I am not, but I like all different kind of music. I like R&B, rap, rock. I'm not a huge country fan, but on the rap side, it's funny because back when I was in college at the Naval Academy, I used to actually write my own raps and freestyles and stuff like that. And over the last few years, every once in a while on my social media, those who follow have seen me put out some freestyle raps. So I do that, occasionally. I haven't done one this year, but I need to do one. I'm due for one. But I try to involve NASCAR.
I mean, we're here.
We're here. You got a microphone.
Can you spit something original here?
I can't spit it right here because when I go off the head, it's not always the cleanest thing in the world. And I know we have some children here, but when I write it, I can keep it pretty clean. So I'll spare y'all right now.
Got it. Yeah, Speed Streets is really cool. It's really awesome what Charlotte Motor Speedway and what they do to celebrate our freedoms this 600 weekend. So it's a great weekend to be out here with the fans, with you guys. Had a great time watching the race this afternoon, so glad that you're up here with us right now.
It looked like a pretty good race. You guys have fun today? Yeah?
It was a good race. It was interesting to watch. I'm curious to know from your perspective, going 300 versus 600, double that. This is what these guys are going to have to do tomorrow.
Yeah. My longest race to this point is a 500-mile race. I ran at Atlanta earlier this year, and then Texas in the Cup car. So I have run a 500-mile race. I will say I feel like the Cup cars are actually a little bit cooler than the Xfinity cars, just the way the air hits them and some of the NACA ducts and the hoses that come into the car. So I've never really had an issue with heat inside the Cup car, but I'm telling you what, it's I'm sure a lot of those guys are glad that tomorrow is going to be a night race for sure.
What's the longest race you've been in, Jesse?
Longest race I've been in, maybe 250 miles. It hasn't been that long. So between the Truck Series and ARCA Series, I think about maybe 250. And I don't think I've ever been in a race this hot. I've been in a race this hot, but it wasn't this humid. So every time we run Sonoma each year, when I ran K&N, it was always 90-something degrees, but the humidity wasn't this much. So it's a little bit different.
That's a good point, because when we go out to the West Coast in Las Vegas and Phoenix and California, it's always, almost triple digits out there. But I've never had a problem with the heat out there because it's all dry heat. When we get over here on the East Coast, it's hot, it's muggy, and it could be 100 out there in Vegas, and it could be 80 here and feel hotter here inside the car. So that's why it's just so important. So like I said, I'm glad I made it. Texas, talking about long races, Texas, I actually did the triple. So we did the truck race, the Xfinity race, and the Cup race, and luckily it was cool. So I don't know if I could have done it if it wasn't. I feel like I probably could have, but I felt great after that race.
Well, final question, Jesse. Would you want to run the Coca-Cola 600 one day?
Oh, yes, definitely I want to run it one day. One day, definitely, for sure. No, I mean, the big thing is to just, still being in the military, because my whole goal is to race NASCAR. As long as I'm racing NASCAR, to still be in the military, too. I got 11 more years before I hit my 20-year point, and hope to eventually, race in the Cup Series. And to be able to do that and race, on Memorial Day weekend, on Veterans Day weekend at the end of the year, July 4th, all those patriotic weekends, to do that in the Cup Series, that'll be the ultimate goal. And just hopefully it inspires military people out there or service members to show them that, hey, no matter what your goals and dreams are in life, you can accomplish it, whether it's in racing, business, whatever it is, you can accomplish it. And hopefully what I'm doing can help inspire someone.
You're inspiring me right now. So I'm so glad that you showed up.
Thanks
for coming out to NASCAR Trackside Live.
Thank you.
Fans, give it up for them. Thank
Garrett
you so
Smithley.
very much. You're both welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. Great time. But fans, we have one more special guest for you today. Are you all ready? Let's welcome him out, please. Your winner of the Xfinity Series race today, the Alsco 300. Bring out Tyler Reddick.
Woo!
Come on, you know, we're going to come up here with you because you look like you need to sit down.
Mike, no, I'm good now.
Are you good now?
Yeah, I can stand.
You know, we can sit down. Just relax.
I sat down for a couple hours, and, you know, I was ready to stand for a while, and I did a little bit of that over victory lane, but I'm good to go now.
All right, whatever you want, whatever makes you more comfortable.
Just,
That's
you know,
what
stood a
just so I
little
can
bit
reach
in
the ground, I had to
victory
drop the
lane.
seat a little bit.
You know what? Well, that feels
Right.
weird. Now I'm going to have to come down.
I'm
to
sorry.
down
I just,
yeah.
if I can't touch the ground, I feel like I'm about to fall. So,
I do the same thing. Hey,
short people problem.
congratulations.
Thank you
Sorry,
very
that's
much.
awkward.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. That worked out all
Got
right.
it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you
That
very
was
much.
Yes.
Crazy race.
It
We
was.
got to start talking first just about the heat and the humidity. We saw people getting pulled out of cars. We saw folks just dumping water on themselves. How did you handle that hot track out there?
I was fine until I drank like 5 Twisted Teas in victory lane, and all that sugar like rushed my head and then my stomach, and I got all like, oh God, I'm a little dizzy, but I'm good now. I got in the AC in the media center. I'm feeling good. Drink a couple waters, and I'm ready for some more Twisted Tea now. If anyone's got one, throw me one.
Anybody got Twisted Tea out there? No?
I'll find some later on.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
worried
yeah.
about it.
Oh yeah. We'll
What
get
did you
some
think
stuff.
whenever you saw after the fact that people were being pulled out of cars? Were you like, oh yeah, I thought it was that hot?
I didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
I was too busy doing donuts and then
Yeah.
getting lost. Didn't know where victory lane was. Never been there before. But now I know where it is. All good now, and made it into victory lane. Then I started to get a little dizzy by the end of victory lane, but it all worked out.
When you say you got lost, where'd you go?
Well, I mean, my radio was unplugged to get out of the car, grab the checkered flag, and going down pit road, I didn't know which opening I was supposed to turn into to get to victory lane. But so I got the NASCAR, uniform on, waving at me. So I probably should have went towards him, and I found my way there.
Nice. We're glad you did.
Yeah, I know. We're glad you found your victory lane, and a big win there for you.
I see a hat.
Yeah,
I see a Twisted Tea hat.
You see a Twisted
I
Tea
see
hat
it.
over there? You got.
There
yep.
we go. Yeah.
There you go. That's
I don't
one
know
of
if he's
the
got any
fans right
Twisted Tea,
there.
though. I don't see one in his hand. It's all right.
Have to follow him to the campground for that one.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the race and how you got to victory lane, because we saw a bunch of cautions, we saw a lot of beating, banging, people up into the wall. It looked like a pretty crazy race out there.
I don't know how, but if normally anyone's going to get in the wall, it's me, and I somehow avoided that today. So maybe that's something I need to keep in my book and keep rolling into these races. Maybe keeping out of the fence is going to be good for me going forward.
John Hunter Nemechek said that he took all the into the fence things from you and put himself in there for you. So
I drove into it plenty at Homestead going for the championship a couple months ago, and it paid off there. But our car was really good today. We had a 2-week off period, and our guys were not happy with just running third and fourth to some of these other teams. And they worked really, really hard, and they made it a point to come into here with more speed. And, man, it showed ever since lap 1 in practice on Thursday.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch. So Amy and I, we have our own little celebrations that we do with drivers up here. What is your celebration? What are you going to do when you go home? Just tell us. What's your celebration ritual?
Well, we all talked about it beforehand. After we won Talladega, we had a spot we were going to go to, and we all drove to Talladega. Actually, we didn't fly in, so we drove home from Talladega, and we all said we were going to meet ourselves. We were going to meet at this bar. We were going to try and go to an Eric Church concert, but the time change messed us up. We didn't make it in time, so we got this good old-fashioned watering hole. Looks like a couple trailers strapped together, but it's a great place. I'm not going to say where, but I joked with all the guys today, like, hey, if we get it done today, I know we're all meeting. And by the looks of it, looking at the sky, we got plenty of time to get cleaned up and get over there before they close, probably about 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
Nice. Awesome.
And
I can't wait. That's
celebration drink of choice is
Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea.
I mean, come on.
Come on.
Yeah, they're on the car. They're great supporters of us. So there's nothing better to get out of the car and just chug a 25-ouncer or, have a couple 12-ounce cans. So it's great stuff. Just don't drink too many of them. If you're a little bit dehydrated, you might get a little dizzy. Just a disclaimer.
Yeah, drink some water in there with the.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Dehydrate, rehydrate. Go back and forth.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do a little celebration here at the end, but I want to ask you one more question. I wonder if we can get some of those big water guns over here up on the stage, and maybe you can help us with a little finale to the show.
If you want.
Yeah, sure. So
I have no problem spraying people. I was spraying Richard with champagne a little bit earlier in Victory Lane, so I can spray some more people with water if I want.
So what? Yeah, while we're getting the water guns over here, I know our crew's back there running around. They'll bring us some water guns over here on the stage. What's that like spraying Richard with champagne. That's got to be
That's
an
awesome.
interesting.
I went right for the face too. He probably burned his eyes a little bit, but he's a lot better at it than I am. All the champagne came flying out of my bottle and I was done. But he knows how to do it and keep the foam going. So he's a lot more experienced than I am. So I'll try to take some pointers going from here on out.
What is the trick there? Does the cork ever hit somebody? Do they give it to you uncorked?
Man, I hope I didn't hit anyone with the cork. I don't know where it went. It came shooting out of the bottle and disappeared. I don't know where it went ever since. Hopefully, I didn't hurt nobody.
Didn't shoot somebody's eye out?
I don't think I did. I didn't see paramedics in the victory lane, so I think everything worked out.
Good sign, good sign. But you just keep shaking the champagne? Is that what?
Yeah, I watched Lewis Hamilton. He wins about every dang race these days. And he's got it pointed up on an angle and, got it shooting like this. And Richard kind of kept it like that. And maybe Richard knows what he's doing a little bit better than I do.
All right, good to know.
Watching Lewis, I'm like, well, it worked pretty good for him. And obviously messed something up along the way, and I ran out of champagne pretty quick.
Well, it's just these little victory things you got to learn, like how to do the donuts, where victory lane is, how to shoot the champagne. So we're glad that you got a chance to practice a little today.
Yeah, it was nice. It's always nice to get your first win at a place, especially a place here. I drive by this place all the time, and I hate looking at it because I hadn't won at it before, and I've always not really run good here in the past. I've had good speed. I've just wrecked along the way, and well, I finally found my way to victory lane and won a race. So.
Yeah, and now
I can drive
now
by
it's
it happy all the time.
It's a happy moment
It's a
when
happy
you drive
place.
by
Yeah,
and see the
absolutely.
home track.
I
Well, you know
love
what?
that.
Why don't you help us out? Let's come down here. We got some water guns for us. Fans, what do you think? You want to see a little celebration here at the end?
Well, hopefully it's water, won't burn.
Weapon of choice.
Here you go. I got you one. All right. So, fans, first of all, we just want to say thank you guys so much for coming out to NASCAR Trackside Live.
Fans, we have much more tomorrow, 2:30, right here, right before the Coca-Cola 600. We'll see you there.
Everybody to NASCAR.